Hey guys, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So this is going to be a recap of what am I dealing with today, segment 1. All right, so as you can see, there's only one chicken there. So we had 3, then we had 2, now we have 1. But this one is healthy, mom is happy. Sometimes nature can be brutal. She was sitting on like 18 eggs. We only hatched out 3 of them. The others just never hatched. And then one just disappeared. I still never found where that one ended up. And the other one just got weak and died. So just want to show you that. Tell you that sometimes it happens. Let's go take a look at this chicken coop over here. The way I handled that really muddy coop was added a whole bunch of grass clippings and hay. As you can see, they're walking on it. What we also started doing was opening the coop and allowing them into the dog's run during the day. They can still get back in, lay their eggs, but they get 3 times the amount of space and grass and bugs to pick off over there. So this is really working for us. The ground is slowly but surely drying out. They're making me some beautiful compost for my fall garden. The girls and boys are healthy. Everybody's got the right weight going on. We are transitioning slowly guys, because I have to build sustainable food for them before I can just pull them off of pellets. But we are slowly transitioning them off of pellets, pelleted feed, and I'm excited about that. I'm moving that direction with the rabbits. I'm going to be planting. Haven't decided what I'm going to plant, so I'm not going to talk about it today. But I am going to be planting as my cover crop some things that both my chickens, my quail, and my rabbits can eat in the fall and winter to help me reduce feed costs, to get them off of feed, to make them healthier. I am always pushing for a sustainable ecosystem on our 2-acre farm. If you remember from segment 1, I had some really bad wilting right here with my bell peppers. Well, look at them beauties now. I did a 50-50 milk, sprayed them all down with worm casting tea, worm tea. You'll hear me talk about it and talk about it. I can make it here. I have a way to make it. I also sell it. But I'm just super excited because even though we're a first year, no-till, organic market garden here in Louisiana, even in this heat, we went through a drought, then we went through like tremendous rainfall, guys. Look at these plants coming on. Tomatoes are really starting to pop out. Now, if you look, this row here and this one right here, these are the younger ones. You got to step back and look at row 2 and then the first row. All right, so look how much bigger those plants are than any of the other videos we have. So the first segment of what am I dealing with today was actually filmed 21 days ago. And I just really felt the need to go back and show you what the difference of what 3 weeks, oops, stepped in a hole, what 3 weeks can do in your life, and why you have to hang in there, why you just have to hang in, guys. I mean, like, you have to dig in and you have to think to yourself that this too shall pass. We planted some purple whole peas. Not all of them made it. The heat was tremendous in June. It's been tremendous in July. But the ones that have made it are digging in, starting to trellis themselves up. I won't have enough to eat. I mean, I'll have enough to eat. I won't have enough to sell. But I will have some purple whole peas for me and mine. So sometimes you have to plant, and then you have to plant, and then you have to plant it again. Because if you don't get the seed in the ground, you'll never get that harvest. If you watched the first segment 1 on what am I dealing with today, you know that we had to put their mother down 21 days ago, and they were only 2.5 weeks old. But all 3 of them are still here, still healthy. They're thriving. We have held them every day and loved on them. Well, if I can't hold them every day, I sure do pet them because they are just adorable. But even though I didn't know if we could, I did a lot of research. We made a lot of adjustments, and here we go, guys. A little bit of perseverance, and I still have my 3 baby rabbits. Okay, guys. So today was all about hanging in there. You can wake up this morning, and it can feel literally like the end of the world. Your crops can be destroyed. Your animals could have been attacked. You could have been robbed. Your loved one could be in a hospital passing away. A family member lost their life to drugs. Whatever it is, hang in there, guys. Okay, hang in there. In 21 days, things on my farm have changed drastically from when I made that first video. What am I dealing with today? Okay, my rabbits are still alive. I still have 1 chick. Bell peppers are bouncing back. Got the chicken coop under control. Still hot and humid. Nothing I can do about that. But you know, I'm thankful for that too, because there's a reason for that too. There's a reason for everything. All right? Just remember, God loves you. Okay? He loves you. He didn't give you a spirit of fear. And He is not the one killing, stealing, and destroying from you. Nowhere in the Bible are those 3 words, those 3 adjectives attached to God: killer, stealer, destroyer. Okay? Not for the righteous, anyway. Not for the righteous. All He ever wants for us is multiplication, prosperity, health, freedom. Freedom from sin, freedom from governments, free choice. It's always free choice. Everything in life is. So today, I just want you to know, guys, get your seeds in the ground. You can always find a reason why you can't. But this morning in July, in Southeast Louisiana, I'm finding reasons why I can. I can get up, I can finish those sandbags that I started yesterday. I can get that second plot tarped. I can get those seeds in those pots. And underneath my canopy over there, where I'm seeding out my plants, I can get things under control. 1 step at a time. In the mornings, it's a tip from my dad, Papa Sammy. Do the hardest things, the things that are going to take the most energy, the thing that you are dreading the most. Do it first, okay? Don't do it last. You're going to burn out, you're going to quit, you're going to stop. Start with that. Knock it out. Pat yourself on the back, guys. I tell y'all that all the time. You have to encourage yourself. Start speaking the Bible back into your life. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do it. We all can. Put in the comments what you're dealing with today, and then come back and tell us in 3 weeks. Give it 3 weeks. This is proof. In 3 weeks, my whole outlook of everything I was dealing with that day that felt so overwhelming at that moment, right? You know what I found out today? I am an overcomer. I knew it, but I proved it to myself. Making this video right here. Proved it to myself. I didn't quit. I didn't get sad. When I lost little baby chicks, I didn't just quit. Let my broody hens raise chicks because, oh, it hurt my heart. Come on, guys. Got to get thicker skin than that if you're going to do this kind of living. But you do have to think through, why did something happen? Make the adjustments. Here's some of the things. I will put a baby bumper guard around the bottom of that round pen. Okay? I will put a baby bumper guard like I do for my rabbits around the bottom. I now know that my hens need a larger space to run in during the day when it's too rainy. I made that adjustment. In fact, if you watch any of our YouTube shorts, you'll see Hammer chilling on the porch and laying out amongst the hens because that's his pen. And they just all up in it. But guess what I did notice? He has less ticks. Yeah, because I don't use tick and flea medicine. I just don't. I mean, if you watch me long enough, you're going to hear me tell you, I mean, my animals don't go to vets. I did it one time with Hammer, other than when I got him fixed. And it almost killed him. So I hang in there. I'm not saying I never would. Okay? Please don't think I'm that kind of person. Like, if my dog comes to me and his leg's dangling off, guess where we're going? The vet, because I am not prepared to do surgery in my yard. Though, to be honest with you, the way things are going, I have helped sew up a dog before. I have. And it was my dog from a hog attack. And yes, we had him in full hog protection gear from here to his belly button, but he still got gutted. It happens, guys. It happens. Let your dogs be dogs. Let them do what God purposed them to do. My animals are so healthy and so happy, and people that come to my farm just want to take them home with them. Like, I love your dogs. That's a lot of training. Okay, that's a lot of, you can't make decisions for yourself. Now, I read a comment. Somebody watched our film on, is a German Shepherd a livestock guardian on a farm dog? And she was like, that is a very well behaved dog. Totally focused on her. Like, he is always, Hammer, always focused on me. No matter where I am in this yard. So is a little one, always focused on me. They're always just a few steps behind me. What people don't see is that if my chickens sort of squawking right now, or those rabbits sort of cutting up in that rabbitry across that pond, I couldn't call them back. They don't wait for me to say, go check it out. No, the German Shepherd thinks he does. But when it comes to people on my property and things like that, he's not allowed to make decisions, okay? Because he's my responsibility. And if you come on my property, you are my responsibility. So I take that real serious. Real serious. Can't stand to pull up in someone's yard and they're yelling at their dogs to come back, and the dog just absolutely is frothing at the mouth and barking at you, and the owner's like, they're not gonna bite you. They're not gonna bite you. Dude, you can't even make your dog come. So don't tell me your dog won't bite me, because your dog shouldn't even react like that to people. Now, it's different. You walk in my yard at night, they're not going to greet you the way they do if you pull up and I walk out to your vehicle, okay? They're not going to greet you like that. That's a reality. I do let them make some choices. When I'm asleep, they're free to make choices. So if you come on my property in the middle of the night, you get bit, I warned you. Because they're going to bite. They're going to bite. That's their job. But during the day, you're welcome to come and tour. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I got to get my boots on, guys. Get some gloves on and go up the road and start taking sand from whoever sand pile that is. Like I said, it's a public road. You put the sand there. It's been sitting there for a couple months. So I'm assuming that means it's going to be used for public things, and I am the public. So I'm going to go get me some sand. So when my husband gets home, I can roll this tarp out on the black side. If you haven't seen our Tarp 101 video, you should look into that. If you're wanting to garden anyway, I mean, I don't care, till whatever, I'm totally against it, but you know, free choice, right? If you're doing that, you can still tarp, guys. You can still tarp. Tarping has many, many good points to it. So just do your research. That's what I tell everybody. It's all about learning. Learning, it's about problem solving. We have been taught in this life that everything's instantaneous. I want, I get. I need, I have. We're spoiled. We're spoiled. We're past that now. There is no more of that. Okay? Now it's getting real with yourself. It's realizing where you're strong and where you're weak. It's looking at whoever's rowing in your boat and figuring out where they're strong and where they're weak, and rowing together. Know your neighbors. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. When you're storing up food, don't be storing just for your family. Don't do it. Because I don't know about you guys. How could you sleep when a baby's hungry? I couldn't. My husband might be able to. Like I said, we're equally yoked, but where I am weak, he is strong. And where he is weak, I am strong. You got to be real about it. Pray about it. God will order your steps today. He's an orderly God. He'll show you, even if you don't want the answer, if you ask him, he will show you where to start and how to do it. So you guys have a good, God-blessed day. And aren't we all privileged to be alive in the last free country in the world? Let's not pick hairs. We are still free. We have a constitution. And here is a history tip for you guys, because I am so tired of hearing that America's a democracy. No, we're not. Nope, I have a master's in education. Let's not split hairs. We are not a democracy. Okay? We are a constitutional republic. The highest law in the land is your written constitution. Get a copy of it, put it in your safe, put it in your bug out bag, learn it. Don't watch these little quick YouTube shorts on people telling you what the Constitution says. That is nonsense. I have actually seen the Constitution or a replica of it 5 times in my life. My parents drugged me to Washington, D.C. as a kid and made me stand there. My mother would tear up as she read the Constitution with such pride. Shame on us, America, for not even knowing what the law of our land tells us. Educate yourself. Turn your YouTube off. Quit watching this nonsense about transgenderism and gender rights and all that nonsense. Quit. That is a, if I was at war with you, I would be dropping information bombs around you. Information bombs. In my case, I'd be blowing up things where I wanted your attention, and I'd be stealing in your backfield. Okay? Now, this is just an average American telling you how I would go to war with you. You'd be looking in front, honey, and I'd be coming from behind. Okay? So think about that. When you're sitting there, here's a little bit of information most of you probably don't know, and I just learned this from doing YouTube videos. The first 30 seconds, if you only watch the first 30 seconds of anything and turn it off, they don't get that counted to their monetary. It's like you can monetize yourself. Okay? You get 1,000 subscribers and 5,000, my sister says 4, I say 5, we'll figure it out eventually, watch hours in a year, and they get paid for you watching. So if you're watching a bunch of nonsense on YouTube that you don't agree with, but you get caught up watching it, you're actually giving money to the enemy, guys. You're giving your money to the enemy, all right? The Bible says the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. And so you need to find people that believe what you believe and stick to that. All right? Don't even let it go past 30 seconds. If it's some nonsense talking about, feminism and all, guys, stop watching it. You're just feeding them. You're giving them money, so they're going to continue to produce that nonsense. Okay? Your money is your power. I know a lot of Christians hate money. Like, we were raised with this idiocy. Is that even a word? I don't know. Anyway, we were raised to be idiotic about money. Because 1 or 2 places in the Bible, God's like, money is the root of all evil. So everybody's like, oh, I must be poor. Everywhere else in the Bible, God says, be prosperous. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. Everything you touch will multiply. You can't bless anybody if you're not blessed. Money is power. Okay? Depends on what you do with that money that makes it evil. All right? So you got people like Disney who are trying to get our kids to be transgender, who supported people like Epstein, all right, child pornography, child molestation, and we just keep giving them our money. We have Disney Plus and all this other, I don't have it, but you know what I'm saying. Take your money away from them, because your money is meant for the just. Put it back in companies with wholesome values, wholesome ideas. Start supporting YouTube channels where people talk truth and not nonsense. Like, I saw a guy last night, I thought I was going to enjoy the YouTube. He's a homesteader, and he's like, oh, the cost of hay is quadruple. We might have to sell our cattle. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of going on all over America, right? We're in a drought. I never considered that we wouldn't be able to have hay. How are you a homesteader and you never considered the weather might not work to your benefit? I simply turned it off. Why? Because you're just talking to talk. You're talking to keep people watching you, but you really don't know what you're doing. I'm learning. I will always say that. I'm going to do some things right. I'm going to do some things wrong. But I tell you what, I do understand the fact that hay is fixing to be hard to get to non-existent. That's why I told you there'll be a video coming up about how to make hay even on small areas in your yard. I don't care where you live. You could always leave a little 1/4 acre, a little 1/8 of an acre uncut for a long period of time and hay it. You can do that. Lay it out, dry it in the sun. It's actually more nutritious that way. I've done my research. So guys, if we can do it on 2 acres, that's why I keep saying stay small, stay in. You can feed a lot of people off 2 acres. You can feed a lot of people off 1/4 acre. if you put the time and energy. You don't have to leave where you're at and go buy like 50 acres and you've never done that in your life. Do not despise small beginnings. I started with 2 acres. You keep watching. I'm going to start buying land because God's going to see me being faithful with the little, all right? And the wealth of the wicked is going to be put into the hands of the just. That's how that works. You got to be faithful with what you already have before he can trust you with more. Quit sitting there saying, I wish I had. I wish I had. If I had that, I could do this. Well, stop. You can always find reasons why you can't. What can you do today? What are you? You. Yes, you. Nod your head. Yep, you. Talking to you. I am. I really am. What do you have in your hand that's unique to you? What are your gifts? Because God doesn't necessarily want you to do it the way Samantha's doing it. He doesn't necessarily want you to do it the way Grow Family does it. Oh, I love him. You guys have not subscribed to Grow Family? Oh my gosh, he is off the chain. I love him. One day I'm going to see him in person and you guys are going to see pictures of us together. He is now like who I track him. Everything he puts out there, I watch him. Why? Because he speaks truth. He speaks common sense. He's so open with his successes and his failures. We should all be that way. We should all be that honest with our viewers. Because there are things in my life I wish I could change, and I am working on those things. Nobody's perfect. Okay? It's one step at a time. Just love God, love Jesus, guys. Let him get in there. The Holy Spirit's going to dig out those roots for you. I kept grabbing onto a couple of last roots and trying to pull them up myself. You ever done that in the garden? Like try to really pull something out of the ground and it is like rooted and you're sweating and tugging and getting frustrated. Your back's hurting and you pull off just the top of it and you come back a week later and it's grown again. Got 1 or 2 things left in my life that keep wanting to do that. I'm now backing up and just praising God, loving Jesus, doing my Bible study, praying in the Holy Spirit, letting him come in. I'm gonna let him dig it up. Why? Because I've tried. I can't get it out. I can't get the roots. I cannot get the roots, but God can because he created me and he knows me. So I went way past what I thought I was gonna go. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I've got to go fill some sandbags. Say a small prayer for me because woo, it's hot out here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. What are you dealing with today?